I love Colorado. It's so beautiful. It's so spectacular. And living here, we originally lived in Denver. We ultimately moved to the mountains, to Bailey, Colorado at some point, and then to Evergreen, Colorado. And so I got to spend actually all of high school and from 9 through 12, and I think maybe 8th grade in the mountains. And it's breathtaking. It's absolutely breathtaking. We had horses, and I actually would ride my horses in the mountains after school. Can you imagine? It was so spectacular. And at one of our houses, we also had a lake, and we'd go out there and rode the boat, and the horses would be on the land. And it was spectacularly beautiful. And I can remember just one of the times my mom got really sick and I was little. And when we had lived in New Orleans, we had a nanny, and her name was Mary. And I loved her with all of my heart. And so did my sister. And Dad thought, I'll have Mary come out while Mom's in the hospital with pneumonia. And so she'd never in her life left the Deep South. And this was her first trip to Colorado. And Dad got us all in the big motorhome. And he used to just love to go on these mountain trips. So he's driving this big 40-foot motorhome, and he'd get as close to the edge as he could. And if you've ever been in Colorado, some of those mountain roads, you look down and it's like, whoa. And Mary, we've told this story my whole life. Mary was leaning so far over that she fell off of her chair as if that was going to save her. But, we laughed about that until she passed. But, those are the kinds of experiences that you get to have here. And Dad was such a jokester. And he also used to love, and this is one of my also great memories, is I can remember he would tie, I'm sure this is going to sound like, how could he have done this? But he used to tie the toboggan behind the car. And I'm sure it was like a Jeep or, something like that. And when it would snow, we'd pile in and he would go down and up these mountain passes with us on the toboggan. And my mother freaking out. And now as an adult, I look back on that and I was like, best time ever. We had so much fun. And I'm just wondering, how did that toboggan not go underneath that truck? How did we survive that? And he used to go out on the lake when the lake would freeze over. I mean, Dad was like a big kid. Obviously, I think you're getting the picture. And he'd go out there with his Bronco or whatever the heck that thing was, and he would do wheelies on the lake. And of course, we thought that was so much fun. And my mom would stand on the balcony, and she would be screaming down, "Jerry, get in here," and she was always freaking out, worried about it. Nothing ever happened. We all survived. We had a great time. And there's a part of me that wonders, what was Dad thinking?